Hey there, it's Registar. I'm talking to the iPod again. Well, at least try to edit it so it's not that my face won't show up on every thumbnail. It's really annoying. It's so derpy. Anyways, I'm sorry for the glare as well. It's about 4:30 in the afternoon. It's the only time I can edit. So, well, record. Whatever. So, for those who may not know me as well, don't have as firm of a grasp on time passing, or, just not reading the title, may give you a hint. Do you know how long it's been since I've started AMVing? Well, here is the answer. I made my first AMV shadow on the wall in one afternoon for 7 hours while I was waiting for company to arrive. And that was Saturday, April 29th, 2006. So as of 3 days ago, I have been making AMVs for 7 years. Which is absolutely bonkers. 7 years, that's quite a long time. That's like half the age of a dog. And more than half of the age of my cat, who is currently sleeping downstairs. I gave him lunch not too long ago. It's also especially bonkers since I don't know if you guys remember with the old bulletin system with YouTube, but I originally said that I might have been quitting in, I think it was 2008, because I was going on to college. But I kind of less quit than, not really did anything. So there was like a long time where I wouldn't edit AMVs a whole lot. So I actually did graduate last year in June, and in November I did my VTNE test, which is the Veterinary Technician National Exam. It's the same exam in Canada and the USA for registered veterinary technicians, which is what I am. And since March this year, 3 days before my birthday, since then I've been a registered veterinary technician. And if you noticed at the end of Oh Death, my Shadow of the Colossus video, I signed off as Registar RVT. So just for those who don't know where it came from, that's where it is. I'm not changing my username, and it's not just a random jumble of letters. 7 years making AMVs. It's also somewhat of my YouTube anniversary, since the day after, on the 30th, I joined onto YouTube as well as AMV.org. I've actually been a member of AMV.org since I think 2005 or 2004, when someone just sent, they were making AMVs and they wanted me to kind of proofread. It was from an anime that I've never seen before. I still haven't seen before. I've never heard of it before then. I think it was just mostly a Japanese thing that never came to the USA. And I don't think I've ever done an anniversary video, have I? I think the closest I've been to that was my 5th anniversary in 2011, where I did my Japanese Spyro fail reel, and even then that was actually kind of an accident. I was finished and I wanted to upload. I was like, oh, it's my 5th anniversary. Who knew? And yeah, I think since the copyright attacks, though, the fail reels are actually my most popular videos. There's a lot of comments on there, and I think the Spyro 3 one has easily broken 30,000 views. I get routine comments on it. A lot of people like them. I don't know why. I just mostly did it as a joke, but if you like them, sure. In fact, I'm actually planning another one. Some people have been saying that I should do another one. I'll just leave that to you girls, a bit of a surprise. And actually, they tend to be getting views more than my other AMVs have been. In fact, actually, here's a nice little tangent we can go on. My shittier AMVs actually tend to get more attention than my good ones. Have you guys known that? And my first AMV, Shadow on the Wall, which was an accidental Kiba video. By accidental, I mean I basically just jumbled up a bunch of cool Wolfsrain clips, and most of them were Kiba. And it just... And the song, I guess, kind of matched. I don't know. Anyways, I get a lot of comments on that one saying, "Oh my god, best video ever. I love Breaking Benjamin. I love Wolfsrain, blah, 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 blah." And people get really pissed off when I say that video sucks. I mean, it does suck. I mean, come on, guys. Why? What? Why? Tell me what you want! Oh my god. Like, if you don't believe me, look at the video. I mean, for a lot of the people who are my friends, they know my videos more so than it would probably sound kind of crazy, but go look at it yourself. You may need to scroll down to see the people that are pissed off when I say it sucks, but they are there. I assure you, they're there. And to me, it's kind of like when people say Sonic 06 is good. And if you've never heard of Sonic 06, which is also called Sonic 2006, that's a short form of it, and go look it up to hammer the point. There are people who think Sonic 2006 is good. And go watch some videos on it, and you'll see why this is kind of like a parallel. And it's not just an underrated game, it's just a game that just doesn't work. And yes, okay, fine. That's how I feel. That's how I feel. And that's my little butthurt moment of the day. There won't be any more butthurt in this video, I assure you. I will probably revisit this in a different video or a blog, and I will go on more of a rant, but... Okay, anniversary. Stay focused. Anniversary. I really don't know what to say. I mean, nothing that will sound like sappy tripe or something that revels in my non-existent greatness or superiority, if you want to say it that way. Posk, Smith, Balco, etc. It may even be easier to talk about in blog format. I still need to make that, though. I need to make a lot of things. I guess one interesting thing I can bring up on the subject of an anniversary is on my transition of editing. But there is a bit of a difference there. Perhaps there's a lot of obvious differences, but I think the most obvious, but the best example I can probably give is the transition of theming. Because in my first video, it was basically a whole bunch of nothing, and then since then I started to kind of look at songs, analyze them, and kind of go on from there. We see with Crawling in the Dark, I actually tried to make some kind of story with that. Follow Me is perhaps a better example with that, because it had a beginning, a middle, and an end, somewhat. I would like to believe there was. And I'm not a very technical person, which may be kind of obvious. I'm not very technical. I can't mask perfectly. I'm really shitty at masking. And I can't use text or textures properly. It just looks kind of like they're cut and paste there. I can't use the more complicated programs like After Effects, or really using Vegas to the fullest. I envy people who can do all of those things, and those people are out there. And I guess part of the reason why my last few videos have been kind of simple. When I try to be very technical, trying to use the tools there, I tend to make very ugly videos, like Protéger nous de Paradis. Yeah, French. And I Walk Alone. Soldier Side had it a bit too, I feel. Especially with the translucents. I've been very much in love with them since I found out since Windows Movie Maker. Oh, Death in the Voice, actually, I did mostly in one layer. There have been like one or two clips where I had to overlap, but mostly they've been one layer. They can probably even be made in Windows Movie Maker. You know, other than like the color filters and everything. And those videos are still being made with Sony Vegas 8, by the way. Nothing has changed. I guess that's kind of why I kind of stuck with Windows Movie Maker for so long. I stuck with it for 2.5 years. I started in 2006, and in about middle of 2008, I started to go to Vegas. And it's a really ugly transition since then. And it was a simple program with a surprising amount of mileage, if you've ever really did the effects with Windows Movie Maker to the fullest, using add-on T effects and all that shit. And yeah, surprising amount of mileage. I don't think it's not a lazy program. It's certainly not a program that's made for AMVs, and it's probably not the best choice for making AMVs, but it can give a good start. One thing about it, though, is that you have a lot of lacking in technical space. Since your videos are on one layer, you don't have a whole lot of flexibility with editing audio either. It's not very precise. So you kind of had to find a different way to be creative on it, which is kind of what I did. And I tried to incorporate a lot of theming and storytelling. Sometimes good, sometimes bad. And when you talk to a lot of my friends, at least when I talk to my friends, they still say that some of my best works were on Windows Movie Maker. And that's not meant to be an insult, it's more because of the matching. Because the most common one, I think, people say is my best, is Never Come Back, which is an All Dogs Go to Heaven video I made in 2008. It was one of the last Windows Movie Maker videos I made. And editing-wise, it's a little rough around the edges. I could really clean it up with Vegas, since I can be a lot more precise. But it is one of the stronger videos I've done with theming, because the song Final Destination by Within Temptation is about death, and so is All Dogs Go to Heaven. It's about death, it's about the idea of death, it's about the anticipation of death. And while it's by no means the only theme in All Dogs Go to Heaven, but it is the one that sticks out to you the most. I grew up with that movie. I grew up with this movie. There's a lot of G-rated stuff in there, but that's really the thing that has stayed with me. I was haunted by that hell scene, and I'm sure many people were. I got that movie when I was a toddler, and yeah, so believe it or not, I also sometimes spend months preparing for a video before I actually sit down and do it. I don't storyboard or anything. I know some people who do. I did actually storyboard once with Oh Death, but that was mostly in text format, and I was really, really stupid bored. And I did change some things eventually. Yeah, I look at a lot for the lyrics, of course, the tempo, the atmosphere, the overall impression of the song. And I also sometimes look at official music videos to kind of see if there's any other angle I can pull. And I also go to places like songmeanings.net, which leads you to a lot of things, a lot of points that you may have missed from sorry, that you may have missed from the music video, or from any behind-the-scenes content, which I do look at a lot, and generally other opinions as well. Then I'd kind of draw comparisons to moments in video sources, so I can get a lot more in-depth in this explanation, and I do think about this stuff a lot, but I think it's kind of complicated as it is. Looking at this, I'm currently at 14 minutes, which is bullshit, so I should probably get moving, because there's a lot more stuff to cover. Not so much anniversary stuff, but then it is other stuff I might as well talk about, since I'm talking to the iPod with Chibi and Charlie here. And yeah, maybe it would be cool if I could be the pretentious auteur as well as the technical mastermind, but maybe that's why Pusk, Balco, and Smith are here. Go watch their channels, wherever I make a link. I'm shit at making these kind of videos, am I? Okay, I think that's as much as I could muster for any kind of retrospective topic. Oh god, where did this cough come from? Okay, moving on! I have some special news, actually. In March 2009, if you've been with me for that long, I've made a video. I finished it in March 2009, and unfortunately you can't see it on my page anymore, since as of 2011, in February, I had to delete a lot of my videos because of a company called Nihon Ad Systems, which owns the publishing rights of shows like, well, what am I saying? It's Ginga Densetsu Weed, a really craptastically animated show about dogs. So, I had to delete a lot. Most of my videos were force deleted, so I had to delete a few of them on my own. Soldier Side was one of them. Someone did upload some fan did upload another version of it, though it's really not good quality. If you want to view it, go watch it on animemusicvideos.org, where you can download it and watch it at your own pleasure. Anyways, it was the first video I made that I entered into a real-life AMV contest. And this was a big thing for me, because it was the first time I've actually entered. I didn't really participate a lot in contests outside of my own little circle on YouTube. And it was something I was excited about. I spent since October 2008, I think, and then I went on until March 2009 when I was finished, so that's October, November, December, January, February, March. So it's like 6 months. So I spent that long bathing in System of a Down, as well as maybe 6 months before that bathing in System of a Down, so I can figure out what I'm going to do with this video. And in May 2009, I got an email from the staff of Anime North saying that the video was too violent, and which is probably right. And if it's too violent for viewing, then they won't show it, and they won't enter it in the contest. It was disqualified. And I felt really shitty after that. And I would rather have lost than be disqualified, because first of all, you would get an audience, second of all, you would know where you stand. And since then, I haven't really had any videos that had a lot of anime, or anything Japanese that I would be proud to show. Like, there was Van Nuys, but that was pretty much it. Then there was the Madokara Mieru video, which wouldn't have fit because it wasn't predominant. It may have been predominantly anime, but I don't know, it just seems like a weird pick to choose. It's really self-indulgent. So this year, as you've probably noticed from my YouTube channel, I have actually made 2 videos that were Japanese in origin. First one being Sovngarde Song, and then the other one being Oh Death. And for any of those wondering that Oh Death may not fit in, I actually asked beforehand, and they said it was fine as long as you would have 2/3 of it cutscenes. They've never had a video entered with a lot of gameplay footage, which is kind of interesting to think about, since I thought a lot of people would be doing that before. I mean, Shadow of the Colossus is I wouldn't say it's a popular game, but it is a very well-known one. It's a very famous game. A lot of fans. Very core fan base. So for the videos, there's 2 classes. There's the exhibition class where you can show your videos. They're not in the contest, but you could have people looking at them. And then there's the open class, which is your then you have your contest classes. You have your novice and open. I would enter in open since I'm a little more experienced than other people. And then there would be the challenge class, which I didn't enter in because none of the videos would count for it. It would have to be a theatrical anime release. Anyways, I entered both videos, Oh Death and Sovngarde Song, and about a week or so ago, I got an email coming back, and they said that both of my videos were eligible. So, for those who don't know, I entered Sovngarde Song in the exhibition class and Oh Death in the contest class for open. And for those who don't know, Balko Zero also entered, and she entered in the challenge class. She used her She made a video as well. I don't know if the video's public. But, it was actually kind of scary because part of the reason why with Sovngarde song I didn't enter it is because Ginga is a very violent show, and I was kind of cautious. I didn't want everything to be riding on it again. But it's actually funny because when I posted up the beta, someone, I think it was Leroy629, who commented that, you know, if you're trying to keep things not violent, I mean, why are there 2 eyeballs flying over there? And I didn't know what he was talking about until I looked. I was like, oh god, those aren't pebbles. Those are eyes. They're very particular about what kind of violence can be shown. And a big no-no is violence to the eyes. And enucleation is for sure a violence towards the eyes. So I had to quickly edit that out in the final draft. And I don't know if the Odeth could actually make it that far in the contest, but we'll see. So far, this is the farthest I've ever been. I mean, this is better than being disqualified, am I right? So for those who are, like, maybe 1 or 2 of you watching this video this year who is going to Anime North, I think it's the week after Victoria Day. The weekend after Victoria Day, I should say. And for those who go, you can take a look. I don't think I can usually go. My Fridays, I spend working 10 hours a day, and I sometimes work on Saturdays. I'm working on Saturday? No, I'm not working that Saturday, but it's still really hard to get out there. It's like 45 minutes away. It's near the airport. Okay. I think that's it. Yeah, maybe I should do a blog article at some point. Remember when I had a blog? Yeah, the video is already quite bloated. It's almost 23 minutes. Cheers to you who actually stayed through it all. New projects coming up. There's a countdown I'm planning. It's video game themed. It's going to be my favorite video game women. Since it's actually kind of funny because I have less than 10 games with female protagonists. Oh, and isn't that strange? There's also a formal review coming along. I've never done a formal video review. I've done a text one on Okamiden, on Silverfang Fan House. And there's also an AMV project I have planned, though is not someone I've teased about before. It is kind of a big subject. I don't really know how to explain it. It's not just an AMV project, it's something actually a lot bigger. But, I'll see how that goes. We haven't started yet. I'm trying to find a way to get my Sly 4 video into trying to make sure it's not like an hour long. It's really long right now. I need to cut off the fat, and there's a lot of fat, and it's hard to trim that down. I don't want it to go on for too long, like this video. Tokyo Jungle poll is still going on. You can check that out. I will play Tokyo Jungle when I get more votes, maybe. And yeah, I think that's it. So happy 7-year AMV anniversary to myself. And my cat's still downstairs. I will see you later before this video turns to be 25 minutes. Bye!